What's up, guys? And today, because I hit 200 subscribers, thank you all, by the way. It really means a lot that you guys have supported this channel as much as you have. Today, I'm gonna do something a little different. I asked the community, the friendly, lovely community here on YouTube, what I should do to celebrate me hitting 200 subscribers. And one of the most voted options was for me to do a tier list. So here I am. I'm doing a tier list. What are we doing a tier list on? We are doing a tier list on Canadian cartoons, ranging from absolute cinema to turn this shit off. Now, we have a lot of plenty of options to choose from here. We got plenty here on our plate. But unfortunately for me, I don't remember most of these shows, so I'm just gonna give you a quick time lapse of me perusing through them and filtering those out first. So I will be back in a bit.
Hello, this is Editor Concealed here. Just wanted to remind you to consider subscribing and liking the video if you enjoy it. Tell me your favorite TV show down in the comments below.
Alright, that should be all of them that I don't really remember much of, or I wasn't really around for. But yeah, let's get this tier list kicked off. Starting first, Caillou. Now, Caillou, I definitely remember watching this when I was especially young, when I was like 5, 6 maybe, back when I understood the English language. And one interesting fact about this show, it only I only just found this out as I'm making this video right now, but this show ended in 2021. This show has been running for 24 years. It began in hold on, let me look this up. Yeah, this show was running since 1997. That is pretty old. So I gotta give it props for that, for running so long. I mean, you almost beat The Simpsons. For both nostalgia's sake and because of dedication, I'm gonna put this at the this show fucks tier. Now, this next one is a bit of a doozy for me. I was a big Teletoon kid. This didn't really broadcast on Teletoon. I had to go to a friend's house because they had Ed, Ed, and Eddie on all the time. This was the show that pioneered the gross out sort of oh, I'm goofy and stupid and want to do stupid stuff humor and stuff. But I don't remember much of it, but I remember that it was definitely good. I'm gonna put it at the this show fucks tier. If I had a bit more memories with this show, if I watched it for a bit longer, maybe I might have put it at the absolute cinema tier, but it just wasn't around for me back then. So, but it was good. That's the main thing. All right, rated A for awesome. Yeah. This one is gonna go in the cringe tier because, well, the show wasn't even all that great. It's just something you put on to activate a child's neurons for 15 to 20 minutes before you take them to school. The characters, I don't even remember their names. I think this purple-haired girl here had a crush on the blue shirt guy or something. I remember this guy was a chud and this monkey was stupid as shit. That guy's a fucking weeb. Yeah, this show is just this show I think is just generally all around awful. I don't like it. Total Drama World Tour. Now it's getting better. Now this show specifically, now this may be a controversial take, it's total drama, but it's not the perfect total drama that I remembered. World Tour was the third season after Hold on, what came first? Total Drama Island or Total Drama fucking Action? Okay, so the first Total Drama was Total Drama Island, which was in 2000, which first aired in 2007. Now that show, I'm just gonna, hold on, let me find it. Total Drama Island, I'm just gonna drag up to the absolute cinema tier. Cause, I mean, what can I even say? There's nothing wrong with this show. If you can name one thing wrong with this show, like seriously, just don't. Now, Detention Air, holy fuck. Now, the characters I don't really remember, I gotta be honest with you, but the story, holy shit. I remember, like, watching this as a kid, and, you know, I thought this was, like, I thought it was a lot more, like, simple than what it actually was. You know, I thought it was just, oh, a kid got detention, he sneaks out of detention and stuff, and he just fucks around and shit. But no, it's actually a lot more deeper than that, because there's actually a fucking villain and a story. You know, you get into, like, the kid's, I forgot his name, but, like, you get into, like, the lore and how he got into detention and all that, and why the fucking guy with the eye patch hates him so much. And then, like, there's like lore and shit. It actually gets kind of deep. I remember, like, one time watching Detention Air when I was a kid, and they were just, you know, like, fucking around shit, right? So I went to school with, like, the fresh episode of, like, Detention Air in my head, right? It was just the kid fucking around, you know, normal shit. After that, I went home and Detention Air was playing again, and he was, like, in an underground chamber, and there's, like, a fucking Tesla coil and shit. This show goes in the absolute cinema tier. That's just what I think. That's my opinion on that. This show, this next one, The Day My Butt Went Psycho. Normally, on a normal day, I would have put this show in the tolerable tier, because, you know, the animation was pretty clean for the time. You know, you got the, I think they pulled off the gross out humor pretty well. It's just, I think they did the gross out shit way too late, because this show first aired in 2013. Let me see how many let me see how many episodes this had. This show only aired for 2 years, right? It went from 2013 to 2015, according to my sources. This is, from what I remember, it just, I do not think it was that great. They pulled off the humor, I remember, decently well. Enough to, like, stimulate my, like, a 7-year-old child's neurons. But yeah, I think everything else just sort of, like, flopped. I remember, like, this guy being especially unfunny. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it in the cringe tier. Roly Poly Oly. Now, I gotta confess something to you. I do not remember this. I do not remember, like, almost any of this show. Like, almost at all. The only thing I remember is the main character. But I've been told, because I can't remember anything before the age of 5. That's a solid fact for me right there. I can't remember anything pre-2009. But I was told that I actually really enjoyed it, and, you know, I think I gotta give it a tolerable tier, at least. Cause if young me enjoyed it, then I think current me would find it tolerable. If that makes any sense. Super Naked Animals. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the cringe tier. Yeah, that. I don't think I fucked with this show. I'm gonna be honest. Oh shit, I forgot one. I don't remember this show at all. I don't know why I had it there. All right, League of Super Evil. This show I definitely remember watching as a kid. This was back in like, I remember watching this back in like grade 4, maybe. When did this show first air? League of Super Evil first aired in 2009. So yeah, it definitely would have made sense for the time. But I definitely enjoyed it. I remember the red guy. He's like the angry one. He's like trying to get his minions to do his bidding and shit. But they're all like stupid and stuff. This guy's like the nervous one. This guy's the gullible, gleeful, dumb guy. And the yellow guy, he's like the dog of the gang. He's like the Scooby-Doo of the mystery gang. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on the This Show Fucks tier. Nerds and Monsters. I remember this show, and I remember it fucking sucks ass. Turn this shit off. I gotta confess here, I wasn't around for Donkey Kong, but you know, this has to go in Absolute Cinema because, like, come on, it has to. Come on, everyone loves the Donkey Kong TV show. I'm sliding you in coconut cream pie. Remember that? Franklin. This one is another one that young me absolutely really fucking did enjoy. So again, I'm gonna put this one in the tolerable tier. But hold on. This one needs to go ahead of Roly Poly Oly. I definitely enjoyed this one more than this one. Yeah, this one's like the number 1 of the tolerable tier, definitely. George of the Jungle, friend to you and me. Do you remember that? I certainly do. This show was like maybe grade fucking 8 and 9. I fucking watched this. It might not have even aired for that long. But I'm just using like a rough estimate for which like grade I would have been in when I like watched this show regularly. Keep in mind, I'm a Teletoon kid. Now I remember plenty of the characters. Of course, there's George of the Jungle. He had the fucking ape friend, fucking Ursula, the woman. And then there's the orange-haired girl, I forgot her name. There was the fucking elephant. You know, of course, this show is going in the This Show Fucks tier. Most of these shows are probably gonna be fucking, by the way. And I mean fucking as in the being in the, yeah, This Show Fucks tier. I don't mean anything else by that. Hot Wheels Battle Force 5. This one can just race on up to Absolute Cinema. This show, it's just mind stimulation, perfect mind stimulation for a child. Because like every young boy out there just loves fast cars, being fast and doing tricks and stuff. And the characters were pretty cool. I remember they were pretty funny. Iggy Arbuckle, however, is not cool. Yeah. If I see Iggy Arbuckle on any television screen, just you just have to buy a new TV at this point. Like, the presence of Iggy Arbuckle has ruined your TV, and I will take a hammer to it. I will take a hammer out of your dad's garage and toss it at your TV, breaking it. I'm just gonna like step on the TV. I'm gonna rip it off the wall if it's attached to it, and yeah, just like stomp all over it, piss on it maybe. Iggy Arbuckle sucks. Spliced. I can't believe I remember this show. Spliced. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who the fuck are these characters? I barely even remember their names, but I know I've seen them before. It's like a weird kind of deja vu. Like it's like you're standing in a field filled with corn, and you look at the sun, and the sun is like blinding. It's like piercing your eyes. It's blinding you. Like, you know how Ray Charles would like stare at the sun in that movie? Like when he was a kid, that's how he got blind. It's just like that. It's like a disaster, you know? You can't look away. I'm gonna put this show in the cringe tier. Johnny Test. Oh boy. Johnny Test.
Hello guys, Editor Concealed here again. Unfortunately, I have made a grave mistake. When I originally recorded my first take, I thought I'd put Johnny Test in S tier, or like the highest tier possible, because I thought the JPEG of him was really funny. Then I rewatched the show and I thought it was really fucking ass. So just pretend that it's in like the turn this shit off tier or something.
Now this next show, I don't know the name of. I genuinely cannot read that. It is too small to read. But I remember seeing it as a kid. I remember seeing especially that pink haired girl and the guy with the green bandana. I definitely remember seeing that. I just genuinely, I don't know what it's called. I can't, because I can't see the name. If maybe I took a screenshot and like I zoomed in, I probably know the name. But I just don't want to go through the effort to do that. I'm gonna put this show in the tolerable tier. I don't remember having anything wrong with this show. It was a lot like what was that other show? Sid the Science Kid. You remember Sid the Science Kid? You know, the kid with the curly hair, right? And there's the meme where he walks through the table and he sees something that he's not supposed to see. But yeah, that's sort of what that reminds me of. I'm putting that in the tolerable tier. That's where that's gonna go. Max and Ruby and Max. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Max and Ruby. It's just like the most wholesome show you'll ever watch on television. You got Ruby, the caring, loving older sister. You got Max. They get up to stuff. It's just the happiest television show on probably the face of the entire planet. So yeah, that's why it's going in the absolute cinema tier. I just realized I ranked Max and Ruby better than Ed, and Eddie. Actually, on second thought, Max and Ruby isn't better than Ed, and Eddie, but still really good. Still really good. Now, Looped. I can't even remember what this show is about. I think it was like two kids get a fucking time machine or something. I think that's sort of what I'm getting here, because like this kid here is holding a clock. I don't see any other reason why you'd be holding a clock if this show wasn't about time. And it has like the infinity sign up here. So I'm gonna put this one also in the tolerable tier. It definitely seems like an interesting show. If only I watched it more and remembered more of it. Rocket Monkeys. This one's a doozy. This one's gonna be hard to rank, because you know, I remember like at least the two main characters, right? You got the yellow monkeys, like I remember him being like stupid, and this guy is like smarter than him. It was like a Pinky in the Brain situation going on, but it was like basically all about like these two monkeys going to space and like getting bananas. Maybe. I don't see why a monkey would go to space other than to get bananas. But yeah, I remember the show was I mean, I tolerated it when I was a kid. I think I definitely tolerated it now. Alright, this next one, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Now hear me out, guys. Just hear me out for a minute. This show is fucking ass. Turn this shit off immediately. If I ever see any one of these horses on my television screen, I will be changing the channel. Martha Speaks. I remember this show. It was very entertaining. The animation style was very nice. This is gonna be in like the low, yeah, this show fucks tier. And the only reason why I'm not putting it in the absolute cinema tier, it was because Clifford did it first. Clifford made the whole dog thing. They pioneered the whole person and dog like dynamic. Martha Speaks, I think, is just like watered down Clifford, maybe. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this show, so I'm gonna just put it at the show fucks tier. It was pretty good for its time. Stoked. Now, I don't remember a whole lot about this show in particular. It was like about teenagers and surfing. It was a lot like another show on this list, 16. I'm gonna put that right next to it. Now, both of these shows were pretty similar. I think they were like dramas / slice of life TV shows, sorta, meant for maybe a preteen teenage audience. I'm gonna put both. Here's the deal. I'm gonna put both of them at tolerable, but 16 is gonna go ahead of Stoked, because I remember it's 16 just a little bit more than I remember Stoked. The only thing I remember about 16 is that the guy in the beanie is gay. That's the only thing I remember. I know he's like holding a girl in his arms, but I remember him being like, I think at least bi-curious. Jimmy Two Shoes. Oh man, this show takes me back. This show aired like every day during like middle school and stuff. Now I even remembered all of the I even remember the names of all the characters still. You got Jimmy, Beezy, Heloise. That's the name of the girl. We got Lucius, Beezy's I think dad. And then we got the assistant. I can't really remember he was like Lucius's assistant. I forget his name. But this show, I'm just gonna put in this show fucks tier. Oh shit. I've ruined the tier list. Harry and his bucket full of dinosaurs. I really liked this show when I was a kid. You know where it goes. In the tolerable tier. Total drama action. Now, I didn't talk about this one as much as I talked about Total Drama Island and Total Drama World Tour. I keep almost forgetting the name of that one. But Total Drama Action, I think definitely at the same level as Total Drama Island was. Alright, next show. Kid vs. Cat. I vividly remember this one. That it was sort of like a Tom and Jerry situation. You know, you got the kid running around fucking shit up. Cat doesn't like it. Then it turns into like them fighting. It's like a Tom and Jerry sort of situation. I don't remember anything else though. I don't remember how a single episode would go. It's just like the kid and the cat just like hurting each other in the most brutal and violent ways possible. And I don't really remember anything else. But yeah, this show is gonna go in the I'm gonna put it in the tolerable tier. Now that I'm thinking about Rocket Monkeys should be like at like the bottom of the tolerable tier list. So yeah, that's where that's gonna go. Every show from now on in the tolerable tier will go above Rocket Monkeys. Nunchucks. More like dumb fucks. This show is going in the cringe tier. The Berenstain Bears. Now, the Berenstain Bears. Oh fuck! I just triggered the fucking Mandela effect because it's Berenstain Bears. Fuck. I'm just gonna confuse myself if I talk about this anymore. I'm just gonna put in the absolute cinema tier and just be done with it. Scaredy Squirrel. Now, Scaredy Squirrel, I only barely remember this show. I only remember two of the characters in this image. I remember the squirrel, of course, that's the main character, and I remember this bird fucking thing. I remember he was a piece of shit. I remember watching it, and I think it was at least tolerable to some extent. Oh yeah, it has to go in front of Rocket Monkeys. That's the That's the goal here. That's the catch. Super Y? Super Y. Super. Why is this mediocre? Super. Why am I putting it at ahead of super mid? Super. I just don't remember the show being that good. But I remember, like, you know, if an episode of it was playing, I'd leave the TV on. Totally Spies. I definitely think this show kind of fucks. It definitely does fuck. It's not better than George of the Jungle or Jimmy Two Shoes, in my opinion. But I definitely think it's good. Now, the last show on our tier list, Arthur. Of course. Who doesn't remember Arthur? You know, you got the theme song playing, you're eating cereal, and you start singing along. Now I say, hey, it's a wonderful kind of day to get along to work and play and get along with each other. You know that? Every kid that was born in the 2000s remembers this show. Definitely. I even remember, like, most of the characters. You got Arthur, Buster, DW, the fucking big guy, the big fat one, I forgot his name. It's probably like Ryan or something, but like, yeah, this show, I have to give it exactly what it deserves. I'm gonna play it at the absolute cinema tier. So yeah, this is my playlist. Right here. This is my playlist of Canadian TV shows that I remember. Now, before I end this video off, I just have one more. I just have a few issues, right? You know how I spoke about Sid the Science Kid? Well, why isn't he here? Why isn't he listed as an option on this playlist? Like, I've looked through every single one of these options. Oh yeah, and I really hate fucking this one, by the way. Why is this a thing? Like, ew. Like, I'm just gonna put this at the bottom. But why isn't Sid the Science Kid here? Why isn't fucking Tubi and Binu here? Who remembers that show? Tubi and fucking Binu. And what kind of criminal who designed this tier list, who the fuck would design a tier list with Canadian kids shows in it and forget to put Chowder? Why the fuck did they not include Chowder? You know, fucking, I don't want the food, I want the fucking dude Chowder. You know, Chowder. This guy. Chowder. Why didn't you put Chowder in your tier list, man? Look at this guy's face. Look at his face right here. Tell me that this character is not worth putting in a Canadian kids cartoons tier list. But yeah, that's the end of what I have to say. Thank you all for 200 subscribers. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, I will probably make another video next week. Back to speedrunning as usual. Unless you guys really like this video and want me to make more tier lists, then I'm gonna like hop on that, maybe. But anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment down below. What's your favorite TV show? Comment down below. Tell me what your favorite TV show is.